Hi everyone, great to see you and welcome back to class. This week we're going to quickly just go over the agenda first and then we'll talk a little bit about the book chapters. This Sunday will be Palm Sunday, so happy Palm Sunday for those of you who are faith-based and celebrate Easter. What we'll do, you'll watch this video, this class lecture, I'll post that, that'll be there by the time you watch this. You're going to read about sheltered English. It comes up in your textbook. In fact, we'll talk about the textbook now. You're going to read chapter 4 and 5 here in Freeman. And chapter 4 could be actually the most important chapter you're going to read. It talks about the fact that teaching should develop academic language and content. We don't want to just teach English language. We want to make sure that we're developing the academic content as well, and we do that through sheltered English. So if you have a group of students who are maybe in second or third grade and they have a science class or a social studies class or an ELA class, that it's important that we're teaching them language, that we're also teaching the content in those classes. And this is what sheltered English is. It talks about the fact that we're sheltering the English language underneath those classes, those subject areas. And this comes up with what we're going to do this week. I'd like you to read this little handout short about sheltered English and SIOP. And it's quick, just so you get an overall feeling for it. Read chapter 4 and 5. And then you're going to watch this sleepover lesson. Let's see if I have it. Do I have sleepover lesson? Yes. It's this fellow right here. And here he is. Oops. Oh, he's teaching about a sleepover in preparation to teach a book. And I want you to watch this video. You don't have to watch all 40 minutes of it. Probably by 30 minutes you've got an idea of what he's doing here. Watch the video and then you will jump on the discussion board and talk about two things he's doing well now that you know a lot about meeting the needs of ELLs, and two areas that he probably needs to strengthen. Think about what you're reading in chapter 3 and 4 of the text, and think about sheltered English, and then answer the discussion board based on that. Then what I want you to do is you're going to write a lesson plan, imagining this is your class and imagining you're going to teach the book Sleepover. I have here, let me see if I can shrink this, the video for Sleepover. It's this book, and I would just want you to watch the video so you know what the book's about. And you're going to imagine that this is the book that's being taught in the second or third grade class. I'll mute this here. And sheltered English is the idea that your students are coming from a context where they may not have the experience of a sleepover or even bunk beds, but you need to make sure that they understand the content of the story and the message and the themes. So you had to begin by maybe backing up a little bit and making sure that they're understanding the idea of the message and the themes while teaching the idea of language and covering the area the ELA teacher needs you to cover and teaching the story. And this is the idea of sheltered English. So you get these students, you pull them out of that ELA class if you're lucky, it's great, and you get your group and you get to spend time and use the strategies that we use. We understand that we want to use content-based teaching, you want to use visuals, you want to use the idea of collaborative learning, that students are talking about it, that you're using whole to part. So what you're going to do is you're going to redesign this lesson to pre-teach this book. So over here, this is what we're doing. So you're going to watch the teacher Andrew teach his sleepover lesson. You're going to talk about what's good and what's not. Then you're going to read the book so you all understand which book you're going to talk about. Then you're going to rewrite a better lesson to pre-teach this book. You're not going to actually teach the book in the lesson. You're going to pre-teach it. So what strategies would you use? For the lesson plan, I would like you to include an activity, some type of maybe a graphic organizer, manipulatives. You can think about what you'd like to do, but you're going to attach that to the lesson plan. So you're actually going to complete a lesson plan and then submit the lesson plan. So the only actual things that you need to submit are the discussion board and the lesson plan. That's it. And read, of course, read your text, watch everything, yada, yada, yada. Because we're going into Easter week here, everything won't be due until after Easter, April 5th. So nothing's on the calendar for the following week. So again, you have a little bit of time before you have to submit this. But I don't want you sitting there on Easter night thinking, oh, I need to do all this because you waited last minute. So be kind of cognizant how quickly this time will pass, and that these activities will take you a little bit of time, especially that lesson plan, because I'd like you to make sure that you get those next generation standards in there. I'd like you to make sure that you fill out the necessary, the academic language aspect, and you've written the beginning, the middle, and the end of that lesson plan. Let's imagine you have about 10 students. I think teacher Andrew probably has more like 30. We can put you in a group of, let's say about 10 students, and you can create maybe where they come from. All right, I think that's it. Let's see, chapter 5. Let's see, chapter 5 will be, let's see, here we go. Chapter 4. So chapter 4 is super important. You'll be using a lot of these strategies. It really talks about sheltered English. Chapter 5 teaches that teaching should be meaningful and purposeful. Of course, meaningful and purposeful, we have a purpose to do this, and it needs to be meaningful to those students. Sleepovers, this is kind of the age where it is. This is what you're going to see in Teacher Andrew's classroom. Do those students really understand, and have they really experienced a sleepover? When you watch that video, with the things that they're saying they're going to bring over, really think about it. Do you think they understand what a sleepover means? So keep all these things in mind. It's kind of, it's a fun activity. I think it's a fun assignment you'll have. And I will return your other assignments you've given me. I had to scan them and then email them back to you. So I'll be doing that. All right. Hope you're all well. Miss you, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.